Hello, my name's Cath Nolan. I'm an adjunct in the Graduate School of Business and Law, where I teach both law and MBA subjects. And I've got the very great privilege of being your facilitator or teacher for managing technology and innovation, taught as an intensive. The offering is core for MBA students, so I'm expecting the vast majority of you to be MBAs, but it is actually open as an elective subject to all postgraduates across the College of Business. So I'm also looking forward to seeing some diversity of discipline across the group as well. The subject has been set up to run as an intensive, mirroring the model that Ginny Liedtke and Tim Ogilvy use in their text on design thinking. And if you haven't already had a look at that text, most of the MBAs will have used it in their design thinking primary or beginning course, their introductory course. But there is a link to the library's online version of that text in the introductory materials. And if you're not familiar with it, I suggest you have a look to get an idea of how we're going to cycle through the life cycle of managing technology and innovation in a design thinking context. You might be wondering, why have you got a person who teaches law teaching you in managing innovation and managing technology? Well, my background, which has almost 30 years practicing as a commercial lawyer, is very much anchored in the technology space. I have taken two companies that I've been involved in the formation of right through to listing, which are technology companies primarily in the fintech space. So I am used to starting with a blank sheet of paper and working out how we go from nothing to something in an innovative environment. And whilst I am particularly interested in technology, innovation relates to technology very clearly, but technology isn't the only input to finding innovative solutions. And in this subject, whilst we will look at disruptive technologies in some depth, we'll also consider the way that legal systems or business models can impact and affect disruption and innovation. We're going to have a lot of fun in this class. There's going to be a lot of hands-on activities. You're not going to be sitting there for 3 days straight in that first intensive just listening to me rapid on, far from it. What we'll be doing is really taking a very applied approach to the management of both innovation and technology tools. So it's important that you turn up with an open mind, with some blank paper, with some coloured texters, with some post-it notes, and really an attitude that is going to allow you to be creative and to learn and to collaborate with others. Always at the beginning, everybody's interested in what the assessment tasks are. And in this course, there's a couple of tasks that you need to do before you even start, just to make sure that we're all on the same page and ready to hit the ground running. The first of those, assignment 1.1, is we want you to create a poster or an infographic that explains an innovative technology. You can choose any technology that interests you at all, and you'll find in the assignment page there are a couple of links to starters that might inspire you, some recent reports about technologies that are expected to have impact over the coming years. But don't be limited in any way by those other than this one thing. Please do not do autonomous vehicles. And the reason for that is that the second task that you have and the subject matter of your group assignment will be autonomous vehicles. And so we'll have some guest speakers in that first intensive who will talk to us about some of the issues that arise with the introduction of autonomous vehicles. But in order for you to be able to ask great questions and for you to really move your thinking forward in that way, we want you to do a little bit of research before you start about what autonomous vehicles are, and most importantly, what the issues are likely to be for the introduction of autonomous vehicles, particularly in Australia. So we want you to start falling in love with the problem. We want you to think about what the issues are for the introduction of autonomous vehicles so that you and your group, your collaborative learning network, your CLN, can identify a key problem and develop a strategy for dealing with that problem going forward or into the future. So those first two tasks are due. They need to be submitted by 10 a.m. on the first day of the intensive. We'll be looking at them and talking about them in most likely the second day, possibly on the first afternoon we'll start that. So that's probably enough for you to get started. Take a little bit of time to explore Canvas. For many of you, this will be the first time that you're receiving any kind of facilitation through Canvas. Let me know what works and what doesn't work. It's a bit of a learning experience for me at the same time. And I look forward to meeting you in person, I should say, really soon. Ciao for now.